Good evening, and welcome to the sanctuary of the Santa Anita Church in Arcadia, California. I'm the Reverend Paul Savoy, and let's spend the next 15 minutes or so attempting to discover a sense of clarity through stillness. In my last Facebook Live meditation exactly 1 month ago, we reflected on the reality that in the bellicose, discordant, and unsettled times that we are currently living in, there has never been a greater need to seek peace of every kind. And unfortunately, an abiding sense of peace isn't the only casualty of our 24-hour news cycle and screens of all kinds invading all aspects of our daily round. So many friends, colleagues, students, and others that I encounter from day to day lament their increasing inability to make even routine decisions. Uncertainty, fear, division, and pervasive feelings of loneliness can spur what some academics refer to as decision paralysis. In these times, so many of us struggle to achieve and maintain a basic clarity of mind. And so much has been written about clarity, what it means, why it matters, how it can be realized and maintained over long periods of time. One useful definition from the Collins Dictionary asserts that clarity is, quote, clearness and lucidity as to perception and understanding, freedom from indistinctness and ambiguity, unquote. Given the complexity of so many issues that vex us in contemporary society, a genuine sense of clarity has never been so needed, but at the same time, so seemingly difficult to achieve. In exploring all of this, many philosophers and those immersed in a variety of spiritual traditions, especially Buddhism, hold that a crucial practice for bringing about clarity of mind is cultivating stillness in your daily life. In a recent piece on Medium, writer Jen asserts, our minds are naturally inclined to seek answers. It's a survival instinct. When we encounter uncertainty or feel lost, the natural impulse is to think harder, search more, or talk through the issue with others. But in the midst of all this mental activity, we often miss the subtle insights that emerge when we simply allow ourselves to pause. Have you ever had a moment of clarity in the shower, while walking in nature, or during a quiet cup of coffee when you weren't actively trying to solve a problem? These moments of peace are more than just random occurrences. They are windows into the deeper parts of your mind that are often drowned out by the constant chatter of daily life. When we create space for quiet, we allow our brains to process and reflect without the usual distractions. It's like clearing away the clutter on a desk to make room for a more organized, focused thought process. In the stillness, the mind has a chance to connect dots, make sense of emotions, and intuitively know what needs to be done, unquote. Obviously, clarity can't be forced or hurried along, but it can be nurtured by making more space and time for stillness in our lives. And so, let us now quiet our minds, open our hearts, and begin to recognize and dwell in the majestic stillness of the present moment. Wherever you are, be comfortable. Feel the chair that supports your body and the floor that grounds you to the earth. And if you feel safe in doing so, you may close your eyes. Take a slow, easy breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again. And as you continue to breathe, be aware of its gentle, consistent, and effortless rhythm, and feel how it synchronizes with the rhythmic beating of your heart. There is no effort for you to accomplish this. It simply happens. These rhythms are the soundtrack of your being, your constant companion, and reminder of the miracle of existence. That is you. Be with the symphony of life for a moment as you continue to breathe gently and without thought. Again, in through your nose, calmly and unhurriedly, and out through your mouth. And again. And as you breathe, slowly begin to expand your awareness of the present moment. Notice all the sounds, aromas, and other sensations present wherever you are. As you take all of these in, allow them to fade into the background of your consciousness. Gradually, you'll find yourself immersed in the present moment. There are no concerns, worries, or pressures. If random thoughts come, simply acknowledge them and allow them to evaporate. Remember, neither stillness nor clarity can be rushed. They operate on their own schedule and in their own good time. In this moment, there is only quiet and a growing awareness of the beauty of being in the glorious flow of the present as we imperceptibly spin on the pale blue dot that is our home in this life. Recognize that all your natural rhythms are perfectly in sync with those of the earth. And as you bask in the growing stillness, gently reflect on the times and circumstances in your life when you feel most still, in harmony with the planet, and when moments of clarity arrive, seemingly out of nowhere. Are you at the beach, listening to the relentless rhythms of the tide and the crashing of the waves? Are you in a forest or a meadow, listening to the symphony of bird song and the gentle rush of the wind moving through the foliage? Does stillness come through the majestic music of a solo instrument, an orchestra, or voices raised together in glorious polyphony? Is it in the divine quiet of a church or your own dwelling place? As you imagine these moments where the stillness is pregnant with the possibility of clarity, quietly commit yourself to seek out these mindful moments more frequently and regularly. And we continue to breathe. And as you breathe, gently recognize that cultivating and maximizing clarity is just as much about intentionally taking steps to safeguard your overall sense of well-being as it is about increasing your periods of stillness. And with that in mind, listen now to the words of the poet, Methodist minister, and somatic practitioner, Jenny Smith. It takes work to be the people who can stay awake to the pain around and within us. It's an actual skill set. Each of us can strengthen. It's tempting to numb and collapse inside because it's all too much. Here's the thing. It is too much. Our systems detect threat and shut down to protect us. But this moment in our history demands as many of us as possible do the work, stay awake. The goal is not to flood yourself with pain, but to stay gently awake to what is happening or remaining resourced enough to care. One practice for today. Set a timer for 90 seconds. Read one headline, one story, or name one grief in the world. And let your body notice. What do I feel in my chest? Is my jaw tight? Is there heaviness or heat? Then look around the room and name 5 neutral things that you see. You are teaching your nervous system, I can feel this, and I'm still here. It may feel small and insignificant, but I promise, micro moments grow your capacity to meet this moment with a tender heart, kind eyes, bold courage. Fierce love, friends. We're in this together. Again, nurturing stillness to bring about clarity, as well as helping to maintain that clarity in challenging times, is incredibly important to all of our well-being. Now, allow your conscious awareness to return to the physical space that you currently inhabit. Become cognizant once again of all the sensations surrounding you, as well as the poetic rhythms of your heart and breath. And as you emerge from that deep place of stillness, begin to reflect on how you may expand your feelings of stillness throughout your daily round, as well as how you can begin to protect your stillness from day to day. Be sure to start small and be gentle to yourself and to others along the way. For we are on a human journey, after all. And we say, we let it be, and so it is. Amen. And by the way, Jenny Smith is currently curating a poetry pilgrimage on her Facebook page to help us all stay human, grounded, and connected in hard times. For more information, please follow her on Facebook again, at Jenny Smith. And please know that her poem is used here with her permission. Thank you for joining me this evening. And if you are physically nearby to the church, I wholeheartedly welcome you to join Reverend Gina and myself for our regular Wednesday evening conversation service, which begins at 7 p.m. in the SAC Sanctuary in Arcadia. Also, please sure to join us next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time on Facebook Live, when Reverend Gina will be back with you once again. For now, I'm Reverend Paul Savoy, and please, beloveds, always remember that you are beloved. You are enough. You are not alone. Thanks again for joining us. Have a beautiful evening.